Okay, folks, just going to quickly solve these equations, not solve them, rather, but rewrite them in general form and then find the uh, x-intercept. So again, to solve for general form, we need to move everything over to one side so it all equals 0, preferably to the side where x is positive. So you'll notice for C here that x is negative on the right. So I'm just going to rewrite this with everything on the left. So I'm going to add 4x to both sides, and then I have my y that's there, and then add 2 over 3 to both sides, and this all equals 0 now. Okay, now everything's, or x is positive, everything's over on the one side. Now I want to get rid of my fraction by multiplying everything by 3. So 4x times 3 is 12x. Y times 3 is 3y. And when I multiply 2 over 3 by 3, the 3's cancel out and I just get 2. So there's my equation there with written in general form. Okay. To solve for the x-intercept, all you do is ignore the y-coordinate because y equals 0. So you're solving basically 12x plus 2 equals 0. And when you have this, all you have to do is move the constant term over to the right and then divide by the coefficient of x. So in other words, 12x equals negative 2 because I subtracted negative 2 from both sides. Divide by 12 and you get x equals negative 2 over 12, which is negative 1 over 6. Okay, now looking at the other question there, it's the same process. We're going to move everything over to the left-hand side again because x is negative the way it's written. So this is going to be 2 over 5x plus y minus 1/2 equals 0. So I just moved everything over to the left. Okay, just wrote it on the opposite side of the equal sign. And when you move it to the other side, you have to switch the sign because you're subtracting 1/2, for example, or you're adding 2 over 5 to get rid of it on the right-hand side. And now I want to get rid of my fractions, so multiply by the LCD, which is 10. Okay, so when I multiply by 10, I do the division first. So 10 divided by 5 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. And then times x is 4x. Okay, 10 times y is 10y. That should be a 10. And then 1/2 times 10, well, 10 divided by 2 is 5, times 1 is 5. And 10 times 0 is just 0. So there's this general form. And again, to find the x-intercept, you just make the y term equal to 0, and you get 4x minus 5 equals 0. Move the 5 to the right by adding 5 to both sides. 4x equals 5. And then divide everything by 4. X is equal to 5 over 4. Okay? And you do a little bit of practice of those, and once you get to this step, most people, after a good solid run through of lots of practice problems, can skip right to the end just by, because you keep doing the same steps over and over again, right? The opposite of whatever this is divided by whatever that is. Okay, so if it's negative 5, it becomes positive 5 divided by 4, for example. Over here, this was positive 2, so it became negative 2 divided by 12. Okay, and then we just reduce to lowest terms. Okay, so keep that in mind for tomorrow's class. We'll have a whole bunch of time to go over those and do some more practice problems. See you Thursday.